Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Soumya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this session, I'm going to discuss about question bank discussion on first module in environmental science, that is natural resources. So first question is classify natural resources with suitable examples. Classify natural resources with suitable examples. So this is the first question. So here we know that the natural resources, these are the resources which are available in the nature. Natural resources which are available in the nature are called as natural resources. So natural resources, these are the resources available in the nature. So examples of natural resources are air, water, sunlight, soil, minerals, forest and wildlife. So here are the resources which are available in nature. So these are called as natural resources. Examples of natural resources are air, sunlight, soil, water. So these all are natural resources. Air, water, soil and water, and also minerals and forest and animals. Minerals, forest and wildlife. So these all are examples of natural resources. So what is the classification means? So we have two types of natural resources. So in that, first one is renewable natural resources. First type of natural resources that is renewable natural resource. Second one is non-renewable resources. Renewable natural resources. So these are the energy resources which can be used to produce again and again. So the energy resources which can be used to produce again and again are known as renewable energy resources. So here these renewable resources are those resources that continue to exist despite being consumed or can replenish themselves over a period of time even as they are used. So these include sun, wind, water, geothermal and biomass. Renewable natural resource, this is an energy resource which can be reused, which can be used and also to produce again and again are known as renewable energy resources. So after usage, this can be produced again within a short period of time. So this is called as natural resource. Renewable natural resource. Examples of this type of renewable natural resources are sun, wind power and also water, geothermal energy, biomass energy. So these all are the renewable natural resources. So these are the resources of the energy, so which can be replenished or regenerated themselves over a period of time. So what is a non-renewable natural resource? So in that second type is non-renewable natural resource. So first one is renewable natural resource. Second one is non-renewable natural resource. Non-renewable natural resource. So here non-renewable energy resource. So these are the type of resources which once depleted, this cannot be replenished in a short duration of time. So here non-renewable energy resources, these are one type of resources which once depleted, which once used, this cannot be regenerated, this cannot be replenished in a short duration. It will take millions of years. It will take millions of years. It cannot be used again and again. So whereas in renewable natural resources, this can be used again and again. So in case of non-renewable natural resources, we cannot use these non-renewable natural resources again and again. So one day it will be exhausted. One day it will be exhausted. So that's why these type of natural resources are called as exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources. So resources whose natural replenishment rates these are slower than the rates of exploitation. So these are considered to be non-renewable. So another definition of non-renewable natural resource is these are the resources whose natural replenishment rates are slower than their rates of exploitation. So these are considered to be non-renewable. Means so this the this type of resources, once they can be depleted, they cannot be replenished in a short duration of time. It will take more time. So examples of this type of non-mineral, non-renewable natural resources are all minerals. So minerals are ore deposits, and also coal, oil, that is petroleum, or gas, natural gas. So these are produced by geological process, and thus these are finite and cannot be replenished on human timescales. So examples of non-renewable resources are oil, coal, natural gas, and nuclear energy. Oil, coal, natural gas, and also minerals, which these are produced by geologic process. So thus these are finite and this cannot be replenished on a human timescales. So it can be replenished in thousands of millions of years. So here these are the some of the examples of non-renewable natural resources. They are oil, gas, coal, and also minerals. So this is the classification of natural resources. This is two types. One is non-renewable resources. Second one is renewable natural resource. So second question is explain how water becomes a renewable resource. What are the effects of overexploitation of water resources? Explain how water becomes a renewable resource and what are the effects of over exploitation of water resources. So, water can be considered a renewable material when carefully controlled usage, treatment, and release are followed. So it is water, how water becomes a renewable resource means it can be considered as a renewable material when carefully controlled usage and treatment and also release are followed. If we cannot follow this type of rules, it would become a non-renewable resource at the location. So water can be considered as a renewable resource. So if we, when that water is used controllably, this is carefully controlled uses and treatment and also release are followed. If not, it would become a non-renewable resource at the location. So for example, groundwater, it is usually removed from an aquifer, so at a rate much greater than its very slow natural recharge. So the groundwater, it is considered as non-renewable energy resources. So example of this non-renewable natural water resource is groundwater resource. So this is usually removed from an aquifer at rate much greater than its very slow natural recharge. So then this groundwater, it is called as non-renewable. Water, it is a renewable resource because it evaporates out of the oceans to clouds, which generates rain falling on the land. So this is a cycle. This is water cycle. So water, it is renewable resource because it is evaporated from the oceans, lakes. And it is converted into clouds. So after that, these clouds are uh, reaching land by in the form of rain. So these will clouds are generating the rain which are falling on the land. So this is the cycle, that is a water cycle. Because of this water cycle, this water is called as a renewable resource. The water then runs into rivers and dams where it is used, and the waste is partially cleaned before it makes and its route to the sea. So where the cycle begins again. So this is a water cycle. Because of the water cycle, so this water is called as a renewable resource because it will evaporates out from the oceans and lakes, and it is becoming a cloud. After these clouds are generating the rains which are falling on the land, so this water then runs into river and dams, and also this is reaches to the sea, then the ocean. So again that cycle begins again. So this is the, this is because of this water is called as a renewable resource. So here, due to its unique properties of water, it is of multiple uses for all living organisms. So we know that it is having a unique properties. So that's why this is used by all living organisms present in our earth. So here, water it is absolutely essential for life. So most of the life process take place in contained in the body. So most of the life process take place in contained in the body, and uptake of nutrients, their distribution in the body, regulation of temperature and removal of waste, these are more mediated through the water. Uptake of nutrients, their distribution in the body, and regulation of the temperature and also removal of waste also taking place. This is mediated by through the water. So human beings, human beings depend on water for almost every developmental activity. So, and also water, it is used for drinking, irrigation, transportation, washing, and waste disposal for industries, and used as a coolant in an industry. So these are the some of the uses of the water. So this is used mainly used for drinking, irrigation, transportation, and also used as a coolant in industries, and also used in industries for washing and waste disposal. So effects of over exploitation of water resources are so we have many effects. What is over exploitation means? So over exploitation of water resources, this can have a range of negative effects on the environment. Over usage of water resources is called as over exploitation of water resources. So this can have a range of negative effects on the environment, economy, and society. So some of these effects are, so first one is depletion of water resources. Depletion of water resources. Over exploitation can lead to the depletion of water resources, which can have serious consequences for ecosystems and human communities that rely on these resources. Depletion of water resources takes place because of the over exploitation of water resources. So this can lead depletion of water resources, which can have serious consequences for ecosystems and human communities which are rely on these water resources. And also second effect is reduced water quality. Because of the over exploitation, the water quality is decreases. So here over exploitation can also lead to the reduced water quality as water resources become contaminated with pollutants and other harmful substances. So because of the over exploitation, the water quality is decreases, the water quality is reduced. So as water resources become contaminated with pollutants and other harmful substances. So this is also called as water pollution. So third one is ecosystem damage. Over exploitation, it can damage ecosystems by altering water flows, reducing biodiversity, and causing degradation of habitats. Ecosystem damage. Overexploitation can damage ecosystems by altering water flows, reducing biodiversity, causing degradation of habitats. And the fourth one is economic impacts. So here, over exploitation it can have significant economic impacts, particularly in areas where water is a key resource for agriculture, industry, and tourism. So this is also impacting on the economy, impacting. So this is this over exploitation also impacting the economy of the society. So next one is social impacts. So this over exploitation can also have social impacts, particularly in areas where water resources are scarce. So this can lead to conflict, between different user groups as well as social and economic inequality. So these are the some of the effects of over exploitation of water resources. Next question is what are the advantages and disadvantages of dams to the society and environment? So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of dams to the society and environment? So, a dam, it means what is the definition of dam? Means it is a barrier that impounds underground stream constructed at a suitable location across a river to store flowing water. A dam, it is a barrier that impounds underground stream and constructed at a suitable location across a river to store flowing water. So it is the stored water which is stored water in a dam. It is used in production of hydropower, and it is also used for irrigation, and it is used for drought and flood control and for navigational facilities. So these stored water used in hydropower generation, irrigation, and drought and flood control, and also for navigational facilities. So, what are the advantages of dams? So, here main advantages are cheap electricity production and less emissions. So, cheap electricity. So, the operating cost of hydroelectric dam it is minimal as there is no costly fossil fuel is required. So in case of thermal power, electricity, the thermal power production. So in this, we are using natural fuel. So that is a non-renewable resource that is like a coal or anything. So which is used for the production of thermal power. So this is very costly. So in case of in case of hydropower energy, so in this the power, the operating cost of the hydroelectric dam it is minimal as there is no costly fuel, fossil fuel while and also hydroelectric dams also tend to last longer than thermal power plants. Hydroelectric dams, so these also tend to last longer, last longer than thermal power plants. So these are having so longer life than thermal power plants. So and also second advantages of hydroelectric power plants are so less emissions. Hydroelectric power plant this produces less greenhouse gases emissions when compared to the thermal power plants. So in thermal power plants, so this coal or anything that is a fossil fuel, it is produced harmful gases and greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So whereas the hydroelectric power plants, this cannot produce high amount of green gases. So this can produce only less amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So this is these two are the main advantages of dams, cheap electricity and less emissions of harmful gases that is greenhouse gases. And disadvantages of dams are so here a physical environment it is altered cycles and variation of flow downstream are affected. So here, first disadvantage is the physical environment. It is altered cycles and variation of flow downstream. These are affected, and also the standing water or reservoir habitats replace flowing water habitats. Standing water habitats replaced by replace flowing water habitats. Standing water habitats replace flowing water habitats, and the nutrients are unable to move downstream. Nutrients are unable to move downstream, and coastal erosion it is increased due to loss of sediment transportation. Coastal erosion also takes place because of the dam construction because it is due to loss of sediment transportation. Productivity and species diversity of estuaries can be reduced due to the reduction of freshwater flow. Productivity and also species diversity of estuaries this can be reduced due to the reduction of freshwater flow. So because of the dam construction, the quality of water decreases. The quality of water decreases. The quality of water decreases. So that's why the productivity and species diversity of estuaries can be reduced due to the reduction of freshwater flow. And also reduction of biodiversity also occurs. And the ocean fish migrations are blocked. The ocean fish migrations are blocked because of the standing water having because of the reservoirs. So we are constructing a dam means we are the water is not moving from one place to one other place. So that's why the ocean fish migrations are blocked. Most notably the salmon and the steelhead fishes. And also this causes relocation. This causes relocation. So these are the some of the disadvantages of dams. So these are main disadvantages. The ocean fish migrations are blocked, most notably salmon and steelhead, and the reduction of biodiversity occurs, and productivity and species diversity of this can be reduced due to the reduction of freshwater flow. Because of construction of water, the quality of water decreases and dissolved oxygen also decreases. Dissolved oxygen, which is present in water, decreases. So that's why the this will affect the aquatic animals which are present in water. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of dams. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.